Meet love covered life. Meet love covered life. All this talk about the love. Love is all that matters. I left 2 comments. And so help me God, if I don't talk straight without this slur, I curse you. Goddamn stroke I had. This is my first comment. I'll read the last comment I wrote first. Love is an illusion. My cousin's wife, her name was Candy Walker, was always getting on my ass about how selfish I was and not caring about loving others and loving God. Well, guess what happened? 4 years later, my cousin's brother, Casey, and his wife divorced. And he needed a place to stay. So my cousin and his wife, Candace, that's the name of this girl I'm talking about, Candace, let Casey come live with them temporarily. Well, guess what? Casey was a hottie. Casey was a fox. Casey had girls all over town trying to have sex with him because he was so good looking. I was not good looking, so all I got from the girls was laughed at, in which I cursed God if I do not become a hottie. Well, guess what Candace Walker tried to do to my cousin when my cousin Paul was working at DuPont. She tried to pressure my cousin Casey, the hot fox, into letting her suck his dick. And he wouldn't do it. And therefore he came to live with me temporarily. He couldn't pay me any rent. None of the people who were living with me paid any rent. I eventually got evicted and prosecuted. But nobody loved me. But I digress. Melissa, you're talking about love everybody. What do you do in the case where you want to love everybody, but you're starting to get feelings for your cousin's wife, if you're a man, and you so badly want to make love to that woman, and you do make love to that woman? What do you do with that? What happens? Where's the justice? If there's no punishment for sin, why not make love to your cousin, your brother's wife? And if you and her love each other on the side, you're gonna be forgiven for everything anyways. Why not do it? And this next, God, I curse you if I don't start speaking straight. I curse you. Near-death experiences. For me, unlike you that I'm talking to love-covered life, Melissa. I forgot her last name. Goddamn stroke. Unlike for you, near-death experiences, for me, have made me doubt if there is even anything real and spiritual out there. It's all an illusion. It's all fake. Seeing all these goddamn contradictions and inconsistencies on near-death experiences had made it so that I'm literally terrified of dying. Given the choice between having to die for a little child, an innocent little child, if I had to make the choice, either I would die or that little child would die. I'm sorry, the little child would have to go. I'm terrified. I'm a coward. Until I know that there is life after death that's truly spiritual and truly lasts forever, or at least lasts for 1,000,000 years, I'm not dying for anybody. I ain't dying for shit. I won't even die for myself. I believe near-death experiences on the dying brain, easing us into the final and eternal oblivion of death. Our superego, beneath our subconscious, fabricates the experience according to our deepest beliefs, whether positive or negative. Everybody is really our dichotomy. We all want love everywhere, but we got one thing keeping this from becoming real: our own selfish egos. So it's a struggle. How do we get love everywhere at the same time fulfilling our selfish needs? fulfilling our happiness. I guess it's true you can't love others until you love yourself. Even the mother who loves her newborn baby only does so because that baby is an extension of her. You let that mother find out that that baby of hers was switched at birth, and that baby is not her real baby. All of a sudden, that mother won't love that little baby anymore. But she'll forget about. She'll want to find her real baby and give that other baby who is not hers up. Hey, and as I was saying, in a near-death experience, you are given the chance to find a resolution to this dichotomy of love for everyone and everything, love everywhere, and at the same time having your need, your sovereignty satisfied. You get you're gonna get the best of both worlds. Your experience is gonna iron out the rough edges. So according to your beliefs, you can get both love for everybody and get your slice of the pie, so to speak. And that way, after you find this sweet resolution, you are transported into a world where you truly believe you're going to live forever in bliss. You're meeting the light. You're meeting loved ones. You believe you're saying, "I'm glad I died. This is heaven." And you never see it coming. When your brain finally shuts off, you never see it come. So you never have to have that death anxiety that you are about to die. You're just living it up, thinking you're going to live forever, and all of a sudden, lights out, game over. The end. Conversely, if you were a selfish, hateful prick, a murderer, all you cared about was yourself, you still want this. It's deep down inside you. You still want love for everything, but the way you live makes it so it's impossible to do so. And if you can't, and if your brain is unable to find a sweet resolution for you, whereby you can both get love everybody and get love everywhere and get your sovereignty, you will experience torments, unspeakable torments, until you reach a state where you want to go out of existence. You welcome it. And then when you see it, and your brain gives you the message that you're about to go out of this existence, you welcome it. You welcome it. You welcome it. Even if I had my own near-death experience, I doubt if it was spiritual, if it was real, really real. Until I see my consciousness kicking and alive, when I also see my physical body rotting away, I will not believe, or I'm going to believe in Jesus just enough to get by, to get into heaven by the skin of my fucking teeth. But I'm also going to hedge my bets. I'm going to be selfish within reason. I'm going to try to be a rock star. I want to be a hottie with them hot chicks. Even Howard Storm, who wrote the book My Descent into Death, wrote in his book, it became an obsession. It became an obsession with him to wonder whether his near-death experience was real or produced by the trauma of a dying brain. The only way he was able to resolve it was to change his new near-death experience produced in him. Anecdotal evidence. Anecdotal evidence is the weakest ass evidence alive. Just as eyewitness testimony is the least reliable of testimony, anecdotal evidence is the least reliable testimony of any form of testimony. So therefore, that's what I got to say. I want so badly for there to be life after death. But until I know that there's life after death, don't ever ask me to die for you. You'll lose. Every fucking time. I don't give a shit if you're an innocent, lovely little kid. I'm not going to die for you. So sorry. No, I'm not sorry. It's just who I am. I'm terrified of dying. I was in the hospital and I was feeling God come back to me. You know, I thought I had committed an unpardonable sin and God had left me permanently. Well, I started feeling coming back to me. Well, guess what happened? My speech started going out and stammering. I thought I was having another stroke. God just went out of the window. That sense that God was coming back to me just went out of the window, and it was replaced by sheer terror. What if I'm having a stroke? What if I'm about to die? So is God even real? Because if God's real, He should be more powerful than my fear of dying. And if God is real, have I really got God back? If He would go out the window just because I was terrified I might be having another stroke and about to die, go out of existence. Hell no, I'm not going to die for you. The pain, the terror of going out of existence outweighs any pain of seeing the most sweet, wonderful person die. You're going to have the only reason possibly I would die for something is if the utter despair and sadness of losing this would outweigh the utter fear and utter fright of going out of existence. Like I said, until I see consciousness demonstrated, when the body has begun to rot, preferably if the brain has died, preferably I'd like to see my consciousness still alive and kicking. If I saw my dead body in an autopsy and my brain taken out of my body and burned in a fire to a pile of ashes, then I would know that it was not just my brain, but I was a spiritual entity. And even then, I might still have doubts. Ain't that some shit?
Love me, but instead you stood above, you spit me out, you kicked me down. I